Since you've been gone, I can't breathe for the first time. Okay, I've had that song stuck in my head for like 3 days. Anyway, there's been a common discussion on Twitter going around that says if you hate more than 8 of the killers in the cast, you should not be playing Dead by Daylight. I'm not here to discuss whether or not that is a legitimate argument, because I don't know, nor care. But I did think, what the fuck? The cat is meowing at the door, and you guys can't hear it because this microphone can't pick it up. Did he shut up? Okay, anyway. So, I'm not here to discuss that. I am here to find out how many killers in the game I don't like, can't stand, hate, whatever the case may be. All right? So, for our categories, we have hell yes, means I can't wait to face the killer. I can dig it, means I'm not, like, pissing my pants with excitement, but it's there. Apathetic, which should be self-explanatory. Not this guy again, means I'm not mad, but I am frustrated. And my finger is hovering the DC button. And I'll explain each of my choices as we get to them. Now, for some reason, this tier list is not in order that it should be. And that bothers me. But I'm also too lazy to fix it. So, cowabunga, dudes. Freddy! I am very apathetic toward Freddy. I honestly just don't really... It's not fun, but it's also not boring. I think every Freddy match pretty much feels the same. Get into the dream world, miss a skill check on purpose, get out of the dream world, get hit, miss a skill check on purpose, get out. Go find an alarm clock if it means that much to you. There's not much to Freddy. Now, if I'm facing a pallet Freddy, that's kind of fun. But other than that, not really. Pig, any stealth killer probably goes not this guy, not any stealth killer, but like Pig definitely goes not this guy again. Whenever I'm playing against Pig, I get fucking ruffle stomped like almost every time, and it's because I just can't like see the bitch, and then that roar that comes out, I can't hear the direction it's coming from because I'm deaf in one ear, and I just get fucking rolled. So that's unfortunate. Clown, not this guy again. I really don't like playing against Clown. I think once the purple bottles get nerfed, it'll be better. Not nerfed, changed, so that there's not as much blur, it'll be better. By the way, you guys are probably watching this after the Unknown has come out, so that's why you might be confused as to why I'm saying when they get thing, because I'm filming this on, like, I'm filming this on the 6th. So it's like, this is getting filmed like an entire week before Unknown comes out. But, yeah, I think once the purple bottles get changed, you know what? I'll do this as if the PTB is out. So I'm actually going to put him in the apathetic category, because the purple bottles are like my only problem, like the blur. So once the blur gets severely reduced, I'll be all right. Spirit is a fucking... Spirit is a accessibility nightmare. I cannot stand this fucking killer. I can't hear the direction she's coming from. I can't hear her most of the time. There is legitimately no way for me as a deaf person to play against the Spirit. I can't do it. I have 100% hearing loss in my right ear. I have about 12 to 16% hearing loss in my left. So I can't hear shit. Even with my game is cranked up a lot. You guys can't tell in, like, on the VOD channel when you watch, because I purposely lower the game sound so you can hear me talking more than anything. But on my end, the game sound is cranked up to the max, and it's ridiculous. Legion, my finger is hovering the DC button. I hate this killer. You guys know by this point, I hate this killer. I hate mending over and over again. It's not anything that's fun or engaging to work with. It's just needless goddamn busy work. Fuck the Legion. I hate playing against this fucking killer. It's so bad. The Plague, I can dig it. I like playing against the Plague. I've spoken about this in the past. I did a full video where I did like the Legion versus the Plague, where the Plague has like a lot more thought process to like whether or not you cleanse the fountains or anything, whether or not it's a good idea. You know, you have to look at how close you are to Death Hook, how close the gens are to being finished, how close we are to like doing other things. You have to look at your teammates and where they're at before you decide exactly what you do, you know? So I like it. Ghostface, I love playing against Ghostface. I I hate playing as Ghostface because the reveal mechanic is bullshit. But playing against Ghostface, it feels like a really good game of cat and mouse. You know what I mean? Like a really good game of cat and mouse. Like you're constantly looking around and you see him, and then you have to like try to like get the reveal off from a safe location so that he doesn't like immediately turn and come for you. I just like playing against him. I just like playing against Ghostface. I think it's fun. Demo Doggy is also a hell yes. I love playing against Demo Doggy. I think one of the big things about Demogorgon is like predicting the shred. And there's a few other characters in here that are kind of like that, where you have to keep looking behind you as he's chasing you, predict the shred, kind of figure out what you need to do. And it's just really fun. It's really fun to play around with him and things like that. The Oni, I can dig it. I can dig playing against the Oni. I think the worst part about playing against the Oni, and it's a very similar problem to playing against the Plague, is that if your teammates are kind of like throwing by not healing, it's harder to play against the Oni because he gets his power more often. You know, with the Plague, it's like if your teammates are throwing by cleansing every half second they get, then they're throwing by giving her a more powerful power. But it doesn't necessarily ruin the experience for me, you know? Deathslinger, love playing against Deathslinger. It's similar to the Demo Doggy. I like killers where you have to like look behind you while you're running and try to dodge their attacks. You know, it's a game of prediction, and it's really, really fun and really, really enjoyable. Trapper, I'm very apathetic toward. I just kind of feel bad for most trappers. It's it's actually this is actually very similar to these two, where how good the trapper is doing is based on how bad your teammates are playing. And so when you're playing against the trapper, it's kind of like, yeah, I can play against you and I'll disarm your traps. But it's kind of like, I feel bad because he's like, you know, they go through and they're like, I got these, this is a good trap, this is a good trap. And then I come behind, I'm like, that's a trapper spot, bing, that's a trapper spot, bing. And then while I'm working on a gen, all of a sudden I just hear constant, psh, ah, psh, ah, psh, ah. And my chat can attest to me going, come on, guys, it's Trapper. Like, this isn't this difficult, you know? So, yeah. Pyramid Head, hell yeah. Love playing against Pyramid Head. I think Pyramid Head is probably, he's just like Demogorgon, just like Deathslinger. He's one of those killers where you have to, like, look behind you and dodge and predict, and it's just really fun. It's a really enjoyable time. Blight, same exact thing. Like, basically, if you got to look behind you and predict and dodge around, I really, really like doing that. To me, it makes chases more fun and engaging. Twins. I can dig it. I can dig playing against the Twins. I think that it's kind of difficult because Victor doesn't have a terror radius, so he makes a noise. And again, similar to the Spirit, it's hard to know when Victor's around. But it's not as bad as Spirit because Spirit can fucking like destroy you if you can't predict where she's at. Whereas Victor, you know, you can run away, you can hide, you can throw him off of you, etc., etc. So I think that's kind of cool. Trickster, I'm apathetic toward Trickster. It's a very map dependent matchup. You know, if you're on a map with like a lot of cover, you can have a lot of room to like maneuver and go around and stuff like that. Then yeah, Trickster could be kind of fun to play around with. But if you're in something like Rotten Fields or Ormond or Rotten Fields, Ormond, just something that's like very open, doesn't have a lot of cover, you just kind of lose for free. And I don't like that, but at the same time, it's not enough to where I'm like, oh my god, a fucking Trickster, you know? Nemesis, I'm apathetic toward. You would think Nemesis would fall into the hell yes category, because like you got to predict the tentacle thing, but honestly, you only got to really predict it at pallets. It's not, you know what I mean? Like, most of the time, they're not going to use it if you're not at a pallet. That's really the only thing that Nemesis players use it for, so. Pinhead, I can dig it. I like Pinhead. Pinhead suffers from the same problem as Plague and Oni, where if your teammates are just throwing, then they're just throwing and you just lose for free. But when everybody's trying to make sure they get, everybody's taking turns rotating, getting the box, and people understand how to play against him, he can be a lot of fun. He can be a lot of fun, a lot of intrigue. And I'm down for that. Artist is I can dig it. I think the worst part about facing artists is definitely like having to constantly get off your gens because of the crows. Like every 5 seconds, oh, another crow's coming. Then you get back on. You're like, oh, another crow's coming. Then you get back on. But at the same time, I do enjoy the kind of back and forth that you can have with artists. So yeah, I'm down for that. Sadako, not this fucking guy again. Listen, bro, I am. I came back, and every Sadako since I have come back is just a fucking slugging son of a bitch who will slug 3 people, never hook you, spam cooldowns, and just pray to the entity that she can get that condemn off. And it's so goddamn boring. Just hook me, bitch. Damn. Dredge. I can dig it. I can dig Dredge. I think Dredge is kind of cool. I think Dredge, for the most part, is one of those killers where once you know how to play against them, they're severely weakened. Like, don't lock 2 lockers that are directly side by side, only lock 1. Look out for the remnant. Hardest part about playing against Dredge is I don't always hear the locker banging happen, so that's a lot more difficult. But realistically, I think Dredge is very fun to play against. I think when he's like trying to do the anti-loop thing, you got to kind of out mind game his mind game, and that can be interesting. Whiskers is in the hell yes. If I was doing this tier list where I would like organize them within the tiers, Whisker would actually be like up here because it's so fun making a Whiskers miss his dash. It is so amusing to watch him just go right past you. The other day I was playing against a Whiskers, and I like ran into the I ran into the window. I faked the window, and then he dashed and vaulted the window, and it was one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen. The only thing I really don't like about Whiskers is that his hitbox is really fucking inconsistent. I've talked about this before. I had a guy trying to body block for me, and the Wesker dashed and like touched him and went around him. And it was I fucking hate it. That clip is on my starting soon screen. It's one of the fucking most annoying goddamn things in the world. I hate his janky ass hitbox and how he can seemingly grab you from a billion miles away. It's so annoying. Wraith, not this fucking guy again. I don't know what it is with Wraith players, but y'all need to find something else besides a hook to stand near of. You have invisibility and you can zoom across the map, bro. Go do something. It is so fucking frustrating that almost every game against Wraith turns into a trade party. Oh, I unhooked the Wraith. Oh, I'm down. Oh, someone unhooked me. Up, they're down. Up, someone unhooked them. Up, they're down. And you just keep doing that because the Wraith just stands right next to a hook. Goes bing bong, stands for a little bit. Waits. As soon as that unhooking animation comes up, bong, bong. It's just boring, dude. It's just so boring. The Knight, not this guy again. Actually, I'm apathetic toward the Knight, really. I think, honestly, like, a lot of people are like, oh, you have no choice but the WQ away from the loop. And, like, yeah, I get that. But, like, at the same time, if the Knight is just dropping his Knights at every single loop you guys come to, he's throwing the game. Like, he's genuinely throwing the game. Because, like, he should only be using that at strong loops. And so if he's throwing it at every single trash loop, bro, you just go. You just go, man. You're good. Yeah, I don't care one way or the other. Skull Merchant, I have not played enough against the new Skull Merchant to know, but I'm just going to say apathetic for now. Even back when she could like 3-gen pretty horribly, I didn't really care that much, because I never had to suffer through it, so that's probably why. I never thought Skull Merchant should be one of the most hated killers in the game. I also don't think Knight should be one of the most hated killers in the game. That's just me. Singularity, apathetic. Way too easily countered. It's the Trapper problem. You just kind of grab an EMP, hang on to it. Oh, you got Slipstream, pop it, go back to the box, another EMP's waiting for you. It's just boring. It's just really boring. Xenomorph, hell yeah, I'm down. I love Xenomorph. I love playing against Xenomorph. It's so fun. It's so fucking engaging. I fucking love, love, love it. Oh my god, she can tail attack you. Okay. Dodge the tail attack. Quit being a jackass. I genuinely love playing against Xenomorphs, man. It's fun to dodge around their tail attacks. It really is. Chucky. I'm apathetic toward it. I don't know, man. I just feel like Chucky, like playing against Chucky is just kind of, oh, you hit Scamper, so you hit me. And that's just boring to me. You know what I mean? But it's not bad enough to where I'm like, you know what I mean? So yeah. Bubba. Hell yeah. Love playing against Bubba. I like playing against Bubba now more than I did when he had Overheat. I'm not kidding you, bro. Like back when Bubba had Overheat, I would have put him in the apathetic tier back then. Nowadays, I love it, dude. It's so fun. It's so fun to try to bait the curves and then fucking get out of the way and stuff like that. Like, it is legitimately a fun time looping a Bubba now. Now that I know I'm not fucking basically bullying a kindergartner, it is so ungodly fun to play against Bubba. I love it. Nurse. Not this fucking guy again. I cannot stand playing against Nurse, bro. It is just so, I'm not gonna DC, but goddamn, I hate it, bro. There's no mind gaming. There's no predictions. There's no, you try to double back and that's it. You try to double back and break line of sight. That's how you play against Nurse. It's boring. It's uninteractive. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it. If I hear the nurses scream, I audibly go, Myers. I'm pretty apathetic toward Myers. I am sick of getting fucking tombstoned first thing in the game. Every game I've played against Myers so far, but I also just don't care. It's, you know, if you bring Tombstone and I'm the first one tombstoned, it's like, oh, that sucked. GG, go next. Yo, I'm out of the game. I'm out of the game at that point. Who cares? Fuck it. Hag. I can dig Hag. I think that Hag, again, suffers from a lot of the problems that Pinhead, Oni, and Plague do. Guys, listen to me. If you're watching this video, crouch down and wipe away the traps. Quit standing up and unhooking with 3 traps right next to you, bro. Just wipe them away. It takes a few seconds, and it's way better. Quit throwing my games, please. Doctor. I'm kind of apathetic toward Doctor. I'm not really like, oh my god, it's a Doctor, dude. Fuck the Doctor. But I'm good. I'm chilling. I'm all right. You know what I mean? It's give or take. There's nothing particularly boring about him, but there's nothing particularly exciting either. So that's how I feel. Huntress, hell yeah. I love playing against Huntress. I like playing against a good Huntress, bro. When you got them Huntresses that can cross map hatchet you, bro, that shit is scary and it's invigorating. I love it, dude. It's so fucking cool. So fun, dude. Love it. Bubba, I can dig it. I can dig Bubba. I think if you're playing against one of those Bubbas that try to play like Wraith and just kind of sit at the hook, it's kind of annoying. But I actually don't run into that many Bubbas that do that. You know what I mean? Most of the Bubbas I run into actually try to play the fucking game, and it can be fun. I like it. Finally, the Unknown. I can dig it. I think the Unknown is pretty sick, honestly. I think after playing against the Unknown a few times on the PTB, it was pretty fun. And I can't wait to see him whenever he comes out. So, other than that, guys, that was my tier list of how fun each of the killers were to play against. What do you guys think? Do you think I hate too many killers? Do you think 6 is too many? Do you think I'm too apathetic toward most of cast? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. I always make these videos as a way to start an open discussion, so make sure you let me know down below. And as always, a special thank you to my channel members listed on screen now. If you want to become a channel member today and find out how to see videos early, as well as get additional perks like merch discounts and more, then please click that join button down below. Love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one.